Wealth can buy comfort, but it can't buy loyalty. To prove this, a millionaire devised a plan so extreme it bordered on cruel. He faked paralysis to see if his fiancée truly loved him. Days turned into weeks, and her behavior slowly unraveled a truth he never wanted to face. In the end, his experiment didn't just test her, it tested him. And the result left him broken in ways money could never fix. He was a man who seemed to have it all: wealth, influence, and the kind of lifestyle most people could only dream of. But beneath the polished suits and luxurious cars was a heart that longed for something money couldn't buy: genuine love. For years, he had wondered if the people around him cared for him or for the fortune attached to his name. And though he had found someone he believed was different, the doubt never left him. His fiancée was beautiful, kind, and supportive, or at least that's how it appeared. To the outside world, they were the perfect couple. But in quiet moments, when no one else was watching, a small voice inside him whispered questions he couldn't ignore. Did she love him for who he was? Or was she simply waiting for the life of luxury he promised? That whisper grew louder with every passing day, until it became impossible to silence. And so, he decided to create the ultimate test, a test that would strip away the wealth, the status, and even his strength. By pretending to be paralyzed, he believed he could finally uncover the truth. But what he didn't realize was that this test wouldn't just change the way he saw his fiancée, it would change the way he saw himself. And once the truth surfaced, nothing about their relationship or his life would ever be the same again. The plan began simply enough. He would stage a sudden accident, something believable, something tragic. Doctors, paid discreetly to play their part, confirmed the story. He was paralyzed from the waist down. The news spread quickly among friends and family, but his fiancée was the one he watched most closely. At first, she appeared devastated. Her eyes welled with tears. Her words trembled with sympathy. She stayed by his side, gently adjusting his pillows, bringing him water, whispering that everything would be okay. For a moment, he felt reassured. Maybe, just maybe, her love was genuine. But as days passed, cracks began to appear. The tenderness faded. She sighed when he asked for help, rolled her eyes when she thought he wasn't looking, and spent more time on her phone than holding his hand. Her once warm laughter grew sharp, edged with impatience. He noticed subtle shifts: meals skipped, visits shortened, excuses piling up. Then came the nights she didn't show up at all. Loneliness settled heavy in the mansion's grand halls, the silence broken only by the faint hum of machines and his own doubts. Still, he pressed on with the test, determined to see the full truth. He watched her closely, noting every hesitation, every flicker of frustration. And soon the mask fell completely. Conversations that once overflowed with affection turned into cold remarks. She began hinting at how difficult life had become, how she hadn't signed up to be a caretaker. Then, one evening, as he pretended to sleep, he overheard the words that shattered his heart. On the phone, her voice dripped with irritation as she confided to a friend, "I can't live like this. He's not the man I agreed to marry. If he stays this way, I'm leaving. What's the point of being with someone who can't even stand on his own 2 feet?" The words cut deeper than any blade. His chest tightened, but he remained motionless, his face blank, his body locked in the charade he had created. For the first time, he wondered if the test itself had been a mistake, because now the truth was undeniable, and yet he wasn't ready to confront her. Not yet. He needed to see just how far she would go, how much of her love had been built on lies. The stage was set, the tension rising with every interaction. And deep down, he knew the climax was coming, the moment when the mask would shatter completely, and there would be no turning back. The breaking point came on a quiet afternoon, when the mansion felt emptier than ever. He waited in his chair, listening for her footsteps, hoping against hope that the tenderness he once knew would return. Instead, he overheard something that confirmed his deepest fear. She didn't know he was nearby when she spoke. Her voice carried through the hall, sharp and impatient. "I can't keep doing this," she hissed into the phone. "He's useless now. I need a partner who can give me the life I deserve, not someone I have to babysit." The words struck him like lightning. His chest tightened, breath shallow, his body rigid in the silence of his own disguise. Every sacrifice, every doubt, every flicker of love he thought they shared crumbled in an instant. But it wasn't just her words. Moments later, he heard laughter, her laughter mingled with another man's voice. A stranger. His fiancée wasn't just tired of him. She had already begun to replace him. The woman he trusted with his heart had betrayed him before the test was even over. Rage, sorrow, and disbelief collided inside him. For a moment, he wanted to reveal everything, to stand and show her the truth, that he was not broken, not helpless, not paralyzed. But the weight of betrayal pressed him back down. He realized he wasn't testing her anymore. He was staring at a reality far harsher than he ever imagined. The silence that followed felt suffocating. He sat in the shadows, hearing the sound of her footsteps fading further away. Knowing the love he thought was unshakable had already died, and in that moment, he understood the cruel irony of his plan. The test had revealed the truth, but it had also shattered him beyond repair. The day he finally revealed the truth was nothing like he had imagined. With quiet determination, he rose from the chair she believed had bound him, his legs steady, his body strong. Her eyes widened, shock rippling across her face as the reality of his deception and her betrayal collided in the space between them. There were no screams, no dramatic pleas. Just silence, a silence heavy with everything that could never be undone. She realized in that instant that she had failed the test, not because she was deceived, but because her love had proved conditional, fragile, and selfish. For him, the victory was hollow. Yes, he had uncovered the truth, but the price was unbearable. Trust was shattered not just in her, but in the very idea of love itself. His wealth could build walls, buy comfort, and silence doubt, but it could never purchase loyalty. In the quiet that followed, he reflected on the cruel irony of his plan. He had tested her to discover if love could endure hardship. What he discovered instead was something more painful. Sometimes the people closest to us are only near for as long as the road is easy. And so, the story ends not with celebration, but with a haunting reminder. You can strip away wealth, power, and pride, but the truth about love will always reveal itself when the masks fall. So ask yourself, if everything you had was taken away tomorrow, who would still stand beside you?